Well, hey guys, what's up? My name's Jeff. This is Shelly. We're here with you guys. We're trying to just help you guys get ready and prepare for this event coming up on April 20th called Kindsomnia. So what we wanted to do was just go over a few key things that you're going to need to know. There was a number of different details that we could probably discuss, but there's just a few that I think will help you guys as you get ready and as you for that April 20th event. The first things we want to let you guys know is that this event is unlike anything we've ever done before because of the amount of students that we have. There are 1,734 students, and on top of that we have an additional 170 leaders as well as an additional 160 check-in and other volunteers that are going to be helping out. So in total we have 2,000 people that are going to be a part of this event. So we just want to say thank you for doing that. It's going to be a great night. It's going to be fun, but we obviously need your help. So just thank you for saying yes to something that's so incredible. For you guys, you know, when you arrive on April 20th, just a few things to keep in mind is that one, when you walk in, when you arrive at Central, there's gonna be a big penned area, fenced off area. All you're gonna do is walk up. You'll grab your T-shirt. You'll grab your number for what bus you're gonna be on, but you'll also grab your Adventure Dome bracelet. And then what you'll do is you'll head in to the pen and you'll just hang out. There'll be food trucks in there. There's gonna be what else? Like the water stations. That's where you'll also, like, if you have used the restroom, things along those lines. But you'll just hang out in there because kids are gonna come around 6 o'clock. But we'll need you guys there at 5, ready to go, ready to rock and roll. If you've had coffee, if you want some coffee, whatnot, make sure it's already there with you. Make sure you have all that stuff, you know, that you're ready to just go, because we do expect students to arrive early. The second thing I want you guys to keep in mind is that throughout the whole night, your attitude matters. Everything that you're going to be saying, like how you present yourself, your body language, kids will follow your example. So be smiling, be energetic, you know, have some fun, be willing to, you know, have some great conversations with these students. But just know that what you say does matter, how you present yourself does matter. We are expecting you guys, man, to not only engage with kids, but also just help them have a very memorable night. Finally, just understand that we are trusting you guys to protect our kids. You will be, as you arrive and as you get your T-shirt, you'll have a red T-shirt, and that's how you know that any adult that's around is one of us. That's how you'll know that they're part of the Josh Stevens Foundation for this event. Anyone else not in a red shirt, you should probably go up to that adult and see who they are, because we don't know who they are. Red shirts only are the people that we want our kids around. So protect our kids. That's a big deal. With so many kids, we don't want anything to happen. We want them to arrive safe and sound, but come back and return safe and sound as well. But it's our job and it's up to us to make sure that these kids are well taken care of.
Right. Our students are going to be arriving at 6 o'clock. That's when check-in will start to happen. Of course, a lot of students will come early, so that's why we need you here at 5 o'clock ready to rock and roll. What will happen when students come is they're going to check in. They're going to get their Adventure Dome wristband, a couple different reminders for the night. They're going to walk into that fenced-off area, and they're going to meet you. And that's where your role comes in. It's very important. We need you to hype those students up, get them excited for the night. If you see someone who's by themselves or they're shy or upset, like, just to go have a conversation with them, get them excited for the night. Another thing during that period of time is we need to get every single student a T-shirt for the night. That's for security purposes. Every student has to wear a gray Kindsomnia T-shirt. So if you see any of those students without a T-shirt, if you could just walk them to the T-shirt booth, get them connected with a T-shirt. It's really important that every student has a T-shirt before we continue with the rest of the night. Just real quick, that holding tank, that fenced off area, will be at Central between entry 2 and entry 3. So it'll be big, huge balloons. It's going to be a spectacle, so you'll definitely see it. But just so you know, it'll be between entry 2 and entry 3. So during that entire check-in process, your entire role is just to welcome kids, get them excited. Around 7:30, we're going to round up all the kids and we're going to walk them inside the building for a kindness rally. So at that point, you'll hear on the stage an announcement to get with your bus number. So when you hear that announcement, just start gathering your students up, just start calling your bus number out, and we'll get into groups of our buses, and then you'll wait to hear from the announcer to hear your bus number, and then you'll walk your students into the building. It'll go pretty smoothly, but it could take a while, so we need your help to kind of hurry those kids along. Anytime we do a transition throughout the night, it's your job to get those students moving quickly. With 1,700 kids, it could take a while, so we need your leadership through that. Once we get into the auditorium for the Kindness Rally, there's going to be a seating chart up on the screens as you walk into the room. So take a glance at that, see where your bus number will be seated, and then again, just help your students find their seats. There are going to be extra volunteers in that auditorium to help seating, but we need to make sure every single seat is filled. There cannot be no empty seats. So please help us do that, fill in as quickly as possible. That Kindness Rally is going to be really high energy, a really cool vibe. So Jeff, do you want to talk about that?
So when you actually walk into the auditorium from outside, it's going to be a great environment, loud music, a lot of lights going everywhere. You'll be able to just feel a buzz of what's happening in that room. It's just going to be very, very exciting. What we need for you during that time is, just to make sure kids are energetic, make sure that they're just having the time of their life. Guy and the rest of his team that are going to be on stage, they're going to take care of the rest of that. But our job is just to make sure that kids are having fun. If you see kids off to the side or whatnot, pull them in. This rally potentially has the potential, to just be the greatest part of this evening because there's so much planned. There's going to be a message from Drew, who's the head of the foundation, and then we'll have a lot of music, maybe a few games. Hear a message from Tony, who helps out here at the church as well. But it'll just be a great time for kids just to understand why we're doing this, why we put on this event, and just the purpose of this evening, which is ultimately to promote kindness for at least one night, so the kids understand that, all right, like, we're all here together. This is a great event. This is a good time. I have the capability to be nice, for this evening, and we're just gonna have a great time doing it. So after that happens, Guy will get up. He'll start dismissing students or whatnot, and then you're actually going to dismiss towards your buses. And Shelley, if you just want to touch on that, how that looks.
So after service, Guy will get on stage. He'll start to dismiss the buses. So it's your role as a leader to keep your students quiet and to keep them seated until you hear your bus number. Once you hear your bus number getting announced, then you can stand up and he'll direct you which exit to leave the building. There will be volunteers to help direct you to your bus, and then just again moving those students as quickly as possible. Once you get on the bus, your bus leader will take attendance and we'll wait until everyone's set before we leave the property. Then we'll head to Adventure Dome. As soon as we pull up to Adventure Dome, we need your leadership to move those students inside the building. The way we're planning it is we have waves of buses coming in, and so if your bus is taking a long time to unload, you're potentially holding up 34 other buses. So it's really important that you get going, you move those kids quickly into the building. If they want to wait for their friend who's on a different bus or something like that, they've got to wait inside the building. When we arrive, we're going to be going through two entrances, the Fright Dome entrance and the Fun Deck entrance. So right off the bus, you'll see people directing your students into the building, so we just need your leadership for that. Again, they'll already have their Adventure Dome bracelet on, so they're just seriously walking right into the building. You guys can go in, have a great time. You'll have a wristband too, so feel free to go on the rides. It's important that students stay in groups of 2 or larger. So if you ever see a student by themselves, you've got to encourage them to get into a group. Around 12:45, we're going to round all our students up and get back on the buses so we can continue with the rest of the night. So we'll need your leadership to kind of round those students up and send them back down to the parking lot. Our goal is to have every student out of the Adventure Dome by 1 a.m. And so what will happen is as they leave the building, they're going straight down to the parking lot, and they're not stopping along the way. They're going straight down to find their bus, and they're going to load their bus. Once that happens, we'll take attendance, and then we'll dismiss buses to go to the rest of the venues. Then from there, you'll go bowling, you'll go paintballing, and you'll go to the sports arena, depending on your rotation, what order you'll go in. And then at 7 a.m., we'll all meet back here at Central for the final drop-off, and students will be able to free to find their parents, and then you're good to go.
Yes, there is a lot that's going to be happening in those 13 hours. Like Shelley said, there's different venues that you're going to be attending. What you're going to want to do is that we've attached a sheet our program, almost like a leader manual that you can go through that has all the information with every venue, from paintballing to the bowling, to the check-in, the stuff that we've already discussed here in this video. Take a look at it. We just didn't want to get all into the details because we just for the sake of time and so you wouldn't get bored of us. But just look into that, check that out or whatnot. And then if you have any questions, please feel free to call us. But a lot of the information is on that document, so we highly encourage you guys to make sure that you take your time over these next couple days, look at it, and then just contact us if you need if you still need some help. Last but not least, during your time when you get here to Central at 5 o'clock, if you're still a little bit like, man, what's going on? There are several other leaders who have been to these meetings, the live meetings, who can answer your questions as well. So pull someone who's on your bus and say, hey, what does this mean? What does that mean, or whatnot? Ask questions, talk to them. You'll have them as resources as well, because we want you guys to be set up and make sure that you guys are comfortable throughout the night. And then, of course, guys, it's going to be a great event. We expect you guys to have fun. So bring your A game. You are the leaders of this night. Protect our kids. Have the right attitude, and we promise you, man, it could be a great night and one of the most memorable nights that you'll ever have. Thanks for serving with us. And anything else to add?
Thank you. We're excited.
We're excited. Look at her. She's so excited. All right. Thank you, guys. If you have any questions, again, my name's Jeff. This is Shelly. You can reach me at 440-8405 and Shelly at 440-8327.